Hey guys, it's Christina with the Thomas Group and Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson realtors. Today I have something exciting to share with you. I've had a request to compare Turnberry Towers and Turnberry Place. So we're going to get into all of those details today. I think both of these different tower complexes have their pros and cons. So I'm going to go through all of those with you and let you know what are my favorite things and my least favorite things about both of those towers, and you decide which one is better for you. Turnberry Place and Turnberry Towers are located just right around the corner from each other, and they're right off of Sahara, which is on the north side, just off of the Las Vegas Strip. So super convenient for you to get to areas like the Fontainebleau, Resorts World. You're only about 15 minutes away from the airport. You actually have a tram stop right outside, kind of in between both Turnberry Place and Turnberry Towers, that goes to the convention center and can go all the way up to the MGM Grand. You can also get some really incredible views from all of these towers of the Las Vegas Strip, of the mountains and the city, and you can also get views of the Las Vegas Country Club golf course. Both of these tower complexes can offer some really nice sized units, and one of my favorite things about both Turnberry Place and Turnberry Towers is that they have some really nice sized balconies. Another unique thing about Turnberry Place and Towers is the amount of units per floor once you get off your elevator. So all of these towers, both at Turnberry Place and Turnberry Towers, they have two separate elevators on each side of the tower. Once you get off of the elevator over at Turnberry Towers, there's only 4 units per floor. So you only share that entryway with 3 other units. And over at Turnberry Place, they're shared only by 1 other unit. So it's usually 2 units per floor, or sometimes even only 1 unit per floor. So that just adds an extra level of just luxury kind of feeling. So you're not sharing a whole big long hallway like a lot of the other towers have, once you get off the elevator, a long hallway with 10 to 12 different units. This just feels a little bit more exclusive to only share it with a couple other units. Okay, now let's start to compare the two different properties. So over at Turnberry Place was built first, and the decor style in that building is a little bit more of that traditional luxury feel. It's definitely a little bit more old money type of feel in that style, as opposed to if you go over to Turnberry Towers, which was built right after, not that much later, but it's just a little bit more contemporary in its style. Not quite as modern as if you go over to, say, Veer, Panorama, the Martin, but just a little bit more contemporary in that feel. Okay, now let's head out and we're going to check out the 2 different towers in person so that we can really compare the details between the 2. Turnberry Towers is 2 towers surrounded by a guard gate, and when you first come in through the guard gate, you'll be facing towards the parking structure. These towers started construction in 2006 and were completed by 2008. And both towers are 45 stories high with a total of 636 units. So as I mentioned, when you first come in through the guard gate, you're looking directly at this structure behind me, which is the parking connected to both towers. It's connected by a covered walkway, so you can park yourself, or both towers also do have valet parking. Turnberry Place is right here behind me. You're right off of Paradise here and Sahara. And this is a 4-building complex surrounded by a guard gate. Each of these towers are 38 stories high, and there's a total of 720 units within Turnberry Place. Also in the center of these 4 towers is the Stirling Club, which we'll get into a little bit more details about the Stirling Club, but it's a members-only luxury high-end club. The towers started construction in 1999 and completed all 4 towers by 2006. As I mentioned, when you first come in through the guard gates, you're greeted by the view of the Stirling Club. When you go into the Stirling Club, it's just so impressive. There's large chandeliers. It's a grand staircase when you first walk in. It's an 80,000 square foot private club that you can become a member of if you live in Turnberry Place or if you live in Turnberry Towers. The amenities in the Stirling Club are the most luxury, high-end, just spectacular amenities. From fitness centers, you have yoga rooms, private studios to do your Pilates classes and things like that. There's an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. The outdoor pool is resort style. You really feel like you're just on vacation, laying out in a cabana and sipping on a cocktail. They have restaurants inside as well. There's also a Starbucks. There's a barber shop. They have wine lockers. There's a cigar lounge where you can bring your own cigars. They even have a place you can store your cigars in with your wine locker as well. Imagine you meeting a client or, just friends and family in the Stirling Club, having them come out and meet you there and just how impressive it is. And, sitting back and having a glass of scotch and smoking your cigar with your business partners. Now, you can become a member of the Stirling Club without living at Turnberry Place. You can become a member whether you live in either of the Turnberry complexes or not. But if you do live inside Turnberry Place or Turnberry Towers, you do get a significant discount on the membership. The Stirling Club membership has an initiation fee of $2,500 for limited access, up to $5,000 for full access. And then the monthly membership fees are about $600 per month. If you are a resident of Turnberry Place or Turnberry Towers, then that initiation fee is $1,500 for limited access and $3,000 for full access. And your monthly fees are going to be less than $500. Another one of the biggest differences between Turnberry Place and Turnberry Tower is going to be the amenities. So the amenities at Turnberry Towers are really beautiful. They have luxurious resort-style pools outside of each of the two towers. And they also have very large fitness centers that have nice views of the pools as well. And they also have tennis courts. At Turnberry Place, each of the towers does have its own pool and fitness center, but the pools are much smaller and the fitness centers are a lot smaller. So they actually were units that were converted into a fitness center. So it's kind of closed up. It's on a lower floor. It's on the second floor. So the reason for this was because of the Stirling Club. So they expected most people to use the Stirling Club and the amazing facilities that they have there. But they kind of lost it a little bit on the personal amenities just for the towers if you don't want to be a part of the Stirling Club at Turnberry Place. The HOAs at Turnberry Towers run from about $560 up to about $1,000 per month, depending on square footage of the unit. And at Turnberry Place, they range from about $1,000 per month all the way up to $4,000 per month, again, depending on the square footage. Another big difference between Turnberry Towers versus Turnberry Place is going to be the square footage and the price, which go hand in hand, right? Over at Turnberry Towers, right behind me, those towers have units on the market right now between $350,000 up to $1.1 million. The size of those units is from 814 square feet up to 1657 square feet. And there are 1-bed, 2-bath, or 2-bed, 2-bath, various different sizes in square footage. Turnberry Place, where we are right now, has a completely massive range of priced units and size units. So the prices start around $575,000 and go all the way up to an impressive $7 million. And the size of the units range from about 1179 square feet all the way up to 8,200 square feet. Now, those units that are 8,200 square feet are going to be multiple units that have been combined into one. So they can be up to 6 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms in those units. So if you are looking for more square footage and a little bit more of that luxury style of living in a high rise, then Turnberry Place has a lot more to offer on those style of units. As I mentioned, you can get some really amazing views from both Turnberry Towers and Turnberry Place. Right now I'm in Turnberry Towers and I'm in the West Tower. So from here, you can get some really incredible strip views. We're up on the 44th floor, so almost all the way to the top. You can see Turnberry Place actually right there behind me, as well as the Fontainebleau. You also get some incredible mountain views over there out to the west. As you may have noticed, there's also a large vacant lot. So this is a 27-acre vacant lot that is set to be a net arena, an NBA arena. But right now, we don't know when that's going to be completed or when it's even going to start going under construction. So that's something to consider, especially if you're going to be on a lower floor, if that's something that will bother you to have that there as a vacant lot, or when it's under construction, or when it's fully built. Another thing to consider is over at Turnberry Place, you can see on those west towers, right behind it is the parking structure for the Fontainebleau. So some of those units are going to face directly into that parking structure. So it's definitely important to know which direction your unit is facing and which views you're going to have. So something to keep in mind. Also, I mentioned that you can get golf course views from up here. So we have the Las Vegas Country Club, and most of these views you'll be able to see more from the East Tower in Turnberry Towers. But there are some really nice golf course views over there. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope this was helpful information for you to be able to really discern the difference between Turnberry Place and Turnberry Towers and what they have to offer. And I hope it helps you make a decision on which of those is the right property for you. Or maybe neither one of them is the right one for you. And I would be more than happy to chat with you and figure out which high-rise is perfect for you. I'm your high-rise expert, so definitely reach out to me for a free consultation. All of my contact info is at our website, thethomasgrouplv.com, and my extension is 4 for Christina. I'll see you next time.